Mhm.
Uh, Wait, doesn't say. Oh, hello. I believe we are live.
Hopefully so.
Oh no. Okay, so we are attempting to dual stream, and we are doing a board game stream today. And we've never done it before, and we've just spent hours setting it all up. I'm Danny. This is Andy.
Hello.
Feel free to talk, Andy.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to be playing Deep Regrets. It's a fairly simple game. We've played it before. It's fairly new. We'll just have to see how it goes.
We're still just trying to get things set up fully.
What we're trying to do is make sure we've got access to chat to see if anybody makes any comments. We've already set up the game. Everything's ready to go. In theory, we should be okay to go once we've got all the tech stuff sorted out.
I can't tell if I'm live.
Well, it's showing here.
Having technical difficulties.
But yeah, please stand by. While Danny's trying to figure that out, I'll kind of talk through the board. So, as I said, we're playing Deep Regrets. It's kind of Lovecraftian fishing game. Push your luck. Bit of tableau building as well, and there's a few different options as you kind of go. We have art board here, the sea board, and then there's a madness tracker, and then we have like 2-player boards. There's a few quick reference cards here along the bottom, and then each player starts with a couple of little cards here for things that you can use during the game. The general idea is that at least at the first turn, what we're going to be doing is fishing in the sea, choosing the depth that you want to go to. There's going to be a roll-off really early on that determines who goes first and how the game kind of plays out and what your options are as you go through. And then beyond that, it's a case of revealing fish, making decisions, and potentially catching them. And then ultimately, hopefully, towards the scoring end of it, you will be displaying your cards here that make a difference at end game scoring. In later turns, you'll have the option of going either out to sea or back to port. Port is where you're going to be choosing to purchase using points and currency that you've gained at sea. You'll sell fish, get currency back, which I think are literally called like fish books or something like that. And then you'll be able to purchase more dice or your buoys, which will help you buy, catch more fish. You can purchase rods, reels, or more supplies. Supplies are going to be a random collection of things that might help you out. Depending on how the game goes, you might end up with more madness. Increasing your madness affects how you play. It in some ways gives you benefits, but also can be a burden as well. And again, it affects in-game scoring later down the line. You also will acquire regret cards. That will directly affect your madness as well. So the more regrets that you pick up, the higher you rank on the madness tracker. You may increase and decrease madness as you go as well. Are we ready? Yeah, all started?
Can you just pass me that 1 second?
Yeah.
Doing a very good job.
Well, just took the opportunity to explain it. There's a little bag of extra dice here that you may gain as you go that make things easier. In concept, when you're fishing, what you'll do is you'll reveal a card in a given location. The general rule is that the higher the depth, the easier and the less severe the consequences may be. Especially at the higher depths, these cards, these fish will be most likely fair. There are 2 options. There's going to be fair or foul. Ideally, you want to be catching fair fish if you plan not on having fewer regrets and an easier time of it. But again, it's nothing ventured, nothing gained. So there is 2 ways to play this. But again, there is a great deal of chance. But I think we're good to get going. Danny is the first player. This is the first player indicator here. There's a few steps. There's a few phases. There's actually 4 phases per turn, but because this is the first turn and we're on Monday with the day tracker here, we skip the first phase. We go straight to phase 2, which is the refresh phase, and it's simply going to be a roll off. So we just all we need to do is roll our dice. Are you ready to go? Are you good?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's 2 chats.
Okay. Cool.
Left is Twitch, right is YouTube.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
If we have any technical issues, if you're struggling to hear us at all, please let us know. If there is any funny noises, please let me know, and we will try and fix it.
Yeah. See how things go.
Okay.
All right. Literally, the first is muster your courage. So each player takes all their dice from the spent pool, and you just roll them. So you can roll yours, and I'll roll mine. Okay. So I rolled terribly. I got 3 ones.
I got 2 3s and a 1.
Okay. So, you then, as the highest roller, get to choose who gets this. But in a 2-player game, you can't pick yourself, so it goes to me. So I get a life preserver. That life preserver will give me a little bonus to help me out during the turn when I'm catching fish. It may come up later. No, sorry, I can put these in my fresh pool. So now you're going first. So now you are simply going to be choosing to fish.
Okay. We don't need this now.
Not right now, no. You'll use those when you purchase them, potentially when you're back at port.
We have played this once before.
Yeah.
I have already forgotten how to play. So Andy will need to guide me. Okay, so I forgot the rules regarding fishing.
So you can use one of your dice to go down to a deeper depth if you want. It's 1 dice per depth, the level that you go. That's an option. In terms of what your options are right now in the first turn, if you wanted to just use you have a bait card, each of us have one, and that will get replenished as time goes on. That's your lifeboat. You probably won't need to use that, but that's a once per game ability. If you wanted to just check out a card, you use the bait and you flip it over, and that gives you the option of then just leaving that. You don't have to catch it. Whereas if you want to just catch something, you're going to have to flip it over. It may have something to resolve immediately. There are the reveal abilities there with a little eye symbol, eyeball symbol. So I think the first decision is, do you want to stay at the depth that you're at?
Yeah. How does the amounts work again with the die? So
each fish that you or thing that you'll reveal in the ocean will have a value, a catch value on the right hand side, and it's a little hook symbol. And you basically have to match that or exceed it to catch it. You don't get change back on your dice, so you're going to have to spend as many as you need to catch it. You don't have to catch a fish, but there may be consequences for not doing it. Again, it's a case of you're going to be reading the cards. So I just turn this over and reveal it, yeah? Correct, yeah. They may not be easy to see on the stream, but each card obviously has a value of 1, 2, or 3, depending on the depth. But also on top of that, they have a darker or larger, smaller shadow. So depending, in theory, the larger shadows are going to be harder to deal with. So you've just flipped yours over here, and you've got a day octopus. So that's the value as it would be to sell it once you've caught it, if you do choose to catch it. And this is your how much it costs to catch it. Yeah, they've got specific names. Difficulty, that's your difficulty on the right there. And it's a middling, so a medium size, and it's a fair. So there isn't any reveal ability. Again, there's no eye, so it doesn't do anything. But there is a thing here. Must be caught with exactly 1 die. So you can only use one of your 3s there. You can't combine them all. Yeah. So your option now is to catch it or not. This last time, but can I choose? I can choose not to catch that and leave it visible, right? Yeah. If you don't do anything with it at this moment in time, the turn passes to me because we do 1 action each until one of us passes. So you can literally pass. Well, not pass. You'll just not take any further actions this turn. It'll come to me then, and I'll decide what to do. So this one has an ability on it, and it's when you eat the fish. It will increment 1 die. Yep. And discard a regret. I have to discard a regret. Yeah. I will take that fish. Okay. So I'm gonna spend 1 of my dice to take that fish. Yeah, and that just goes into your hand, and it's now you keep that face down or in your hand, so I wouldn't see it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So now player passes to me, and all I now need to do is decide what I'm going to do. So looking at these now, these are all very small. Looking at the next step down, there is quite a large one here. There's a smaller one and then another large. I think, based on what I've got as all ones, the best I can hope for is just catching something along here. There are dinks that we haven't mentioned yet. These are basically your token prizes. If certain things go wrong, oh, that was it. If you chose not to catch that, you would get your dink instead. You just choose to take a dink.
Right.
So if you can't afford or you don't want to, you just take a dink instead.
Oh, and it says spend 1 die though.
Yes. Yeah.
So you do still have to spend a die.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna just pick one at random. I'll just go for this one on the left. Oh dear. Right. So here we go. So I found a foot. Yeah. So it's small and foul. It costs nothing to catch. Oh, reveal. Hang on. Sorry. So it has a reveal ability. So all players draw a regret card, unfortunately. So it goes to me first, and then you take the next one. So regrets remain secret to other players. They have the number of regret cards is important, but also they have a value. The value is for scoring later on. So just make a mental note of the regret value, but each of us will now go up on the regret count the marker once because we've got 1 to 3 regret cards.
This is the madness marker. So because we have a regret, we have got slightly more mad.
Yeah, and these are kind of the effects. So at the moment we've gone down. Our fair value for Fairfish was 2+ as a bonus. It's now only 1, and the foul value has actually got better. There's an improvement, and our max dice has increased. So there are benefits to being more mad, but there's also drawbacks as well. Okay, so that was a reveal based on a reveal. What's the word? Effect. So now I've got to decide what to do. If I hang on, what happens? So eat ability. So what does that do? So that refreshes 1 dice, and then also draw a regret card. Okay, so I could catch that for free, and then I could eat it. Let's do that then. So I can catch it for 0, so I don't have to do anything. I'm going to immediately eat it, so it gets discarded.
Can you eat it immediately? I thought you couldn't do the trigger on the first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once because these are free actions. It's free.
No, that's
actions.
an eat effect. That's a reveal effect.
Yes, this is the reveal. That's the effect. So I'm going to eat that.
So which stage are you on?
The trigger's done. We're now going to pay, or it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is no catch effect, and now before I pass play back to you, it's a free action to just eat the fish. There's a free action section.
Could you? I thought you could only do that. I thought you couldn't do that in the same turn.
Yeah, because they're free actions. You may also do any number of the following in your turn. Don't count as actions. These are free actions. So there's like drop sinkers to move to different decks.
Yeah, I understand that, but I thought we had to have it at least 1 turn to do that. No.
Oh, I haven't seen anything in the rules that specifically say that. Do you know where that might be? Have a look. We'll double check. This seems to be frozen on this side. Oh, there we go.
You just have it paused.
Well, it's just because it can't play more than 1. That's what it is. It's fine.
Put me under pressure.
I don't think there was a rule. What would you prefer to do? Do you want to just carry on? Because I don't think it affects the game all that much. You've caught it, so it makes sense that you could be able to eat it immediately. Because it's still my turn. I don't think there's anything that says that you can't.
Can't bother trying the rules.
No. If it comes up, what?
Sorry, what is that omen dice?
So there's a specific card that you'll come across.
Oh right, okay.
That may trigger that, and it basically gives you an extra dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. What I'll do is I will eat that then, so that I can go straight into the discard. And then what that will allow me to do is refresh 1 dice. So I'll pick this one and I'll roll it. cool. Right. That's giving me a 2. That's better than it was. It couldn't have got any worse. But I also now get an extra regret. So take that. Nice. Right. So then I'm blue. Danny's green. So I'm going to go up 1. So now, oh, hang on. No, sorry. I don't need to go up 1. Sorry. I'm still at 2 regret. I'll keep track of those. Sorry, I should put those here so you can see them for now. I may need to move stuff around as the game goes on, because these are your trophy cabinet effectively up here. All right, that's my actions for the time being. So you can play turns to you, Dan. You've got actions still to take.
Sorry, are we back to this now? Recasting again. Is that what's happening?
That's you have an option of doing that, yeah. Because these are basically you've got as many times as long as you've got dice, you've got actions available.
There's no limit on the amount of turns.
Based on your dice, that's the limit, effectively. Okay. As long as you've got dice, you can, in theory, take actions. And then any number of bonus actions, free actions, but...
Wasn't there a rule last time where someone's turn ended early because they ran out of dice? Or was that only at the end?
Your turn ends when you can't take actions, and you can't take only free actions.
Except for at the end.
No, you can't take...
Because last time we played, I had dice left and I couldn't use them.
Well, because if you pass, then you can't take any actions beyond that point, so just don't pass. And if you pass, you take a dink, and any time that you're passed in turn order again, you continue to take a dink until the other person passes.
But you can do the dink without passing.
Correct, but that's when you're ignoring a fish, yeah. So there's a few different ways of getting dinks, yeah. Okay. So as it currently stands, your options are basically the same. You could bait, or you could move down 1. You could abandon ship, but I mean it would be you'd have absolutely no reason to do that now.
I will turn this fish over.
Okay, so it's another small, fair fugu fish with a difficulty of 3, and it has a reveal ability. What's the reveal ability there?
Fish difficulty is 2 for this turn only.
Well, there you go. So you can choose to catch it. I mean, either way, you'd have to spend the same dice in this instance, unfortunately.
Aww.
What did that do?
If it says increment 1 die, does that mean the die? I can just increase the dice by 1.
You change it by 1, yeah.
Okay, I am going to eat this card.
Okay, so pop it over there then to eat it. Yep.
And it says to discard a regret as well. Okay. Do I leave those face down, yeah?
Yeah, face up.
Oh,
the regrets. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah. There you
go. Which means I'm back up here.
Yeah.
And
what did that ability do? Yeah, you're changing
I can put this to 2.
Yeah. And then you're going to use that to catch it.
Yes.
All right, go for it. Nice. So then that goes into your hand. Are you going to take any free actions?
Oh. We don't have the fish coin in this game, right?
No, I don't think the fish coin applies in a 2-player game.
Oh. It must do, because this card requires you to flip it.
If you eat it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have missed a piece. Okay. What does the fish coin do? Are you sure?
Oh, it's either draw a regret or discard a regret. But I'm not currently going to eat the fish.
Okay, there you go. We have the fish coin is in play. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry, you take the rest of your turn. Have you've got free actions, so you're not going to eat.
I'm not going to eat the fish. Which stage am I in?
You've caught, so effectively you're kind of done unless you want to take a free action.
No, I'm good.
No, all right, cool. Right, so play passes back to me. I've still got actions because I've not taken any. I've not effectively done anything yet. So I am going to. I would have ideally liked better dice. I don't think I'm going to go down because there's a good chance I'm not going to catch. But there is. This has got a nice big splotch.
Spent any?
The foot was free.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go for this. Oh, nice. Right, there we go. Swordfish, large and fair. So large and fair cards, fish, are probably some of the most valuable ones, and ideally probably the ones that you want to display. So I do ideally want to catch this. It's got a difficulty of 4, so I'm literally going to have to spend all of these. Oh, did it have a reveal ability? No, right, okay. There you go. So I'm going to spend all 3 of my dice to total 4.
It has a catch ability.
Okay, so then what's that?
Which is to discard a regret card.
Oh, nice. Right, so there you go. So I'm going to catch that, and I'm going to put it in my hand. I'll just pop it here for now, and then I will decide which regret card to get rid of. There we go. Pop that there. So, right. Okay. I now have to pass because I have no actions. So player passes to you now, and you carry on taking actions. If at any point, I don't think it'll be relevant this way because I think at this turn, because you only have 1 action.
You wouldn't pass on that turn because you took the turn.
I guess.
You would pass on the next turn because when you pass, you take a dink.
Right, but again, I don't think it matters because I think you're going to go. It's going to end after your third turn anyway. But yeah, you would take a dink any time that you are passed over once you've passed.
Okay. I am going to some risky business. I'm going to turn this over.
There you go. Well, you've got a manta ray.
Manta ray, large and fair.
Oh, it's got a reveal.
Reveal ability. All players at sea.
Discard a regret card.
Discard a regret card. Nice. I don't have any.
Excellent. Right, okay. So then I'm also going back up to 0 regrets. That's good. This is going well so far.
Okay, I am going to catch the fish.
Nice.
And let me just check my cards.
Yeah, check if you've got any eat abilities or anything that might help extend play a little bit.
That's fine. So yeah, that's my turn done.
Okay, so that's the end of the turn. So I don't think anything's
Do we have to pass to end the turn, or is that just it?
I think once you've got the run out, you just pass and that's it.
But do you collect the dink?
No. So once one player has passed, the remaining player take 2 more turns, but you didn't. So you were the remaining player because I was done. You could have taken any more. It says here, once all but one player has passed, the remaining player, may take 2 more turns. So in that instance, you would have only been able to take 2 more actions. The day ends immediately after the final turn with no further passing rewards. Player proceeds to the next day. Right, so now we're on turn 2. Going from there, we're going to do the full set of phases. So we're now on the start phase. I'll move this here in case anybody wants to read it. So we're now at the start of the next turn. We've got moved the day tracker. So we're going from Monday to Tuesday. Does that make a difference? Does that give us anything? No. Right. Okay, there we go. So Tuesday doesn't have anything special. Wednesday and Friday and Thursday and Saturday do have different things. All players at sea must move their boat up to 1 depth. So we're already at the highest depth as it is. And that's it. So now we're literally on to the next turn, which... Sorry.
You have to do phase 2.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, yeah. No, you're right. Sorry, yeah. So refresh the muster. So muster your courage. Each player takes the dice. So we just take our dice. Roll. Pop them in the fresh pool. So I got a total of 6. What did you get?
2 and 2 1.
Right. So you get the thingamajig. Oh, I should have used that. Oh well.
Oh, does this pass over first player? Or we not to it?
I think there was something about that. Let me double check. Sorry, bear with. I think there was something about first player rotates. Oh yeah, first player token rotates clockwise. Sorry, right. So I am the first player this time, this round. There we go. Right. Okay. Okay. So we're now just going to
in the phase.
So refresh and then throw a life preserver. So we've given you the life preserver because I won the roll off. Now we're doing the declaration. So this is the bit we haven't done yet. So set your bearings. Start with the first player, which is me. and then proceeding clockwise, each player declares whether they would spend the day at sea or at port by placing their boat in the appropriate location. Players who were at port on the previous day must return to the sea at depth 1. Okay, so I'm at sea. I think I am going to...
So...
Yeah.
Oh, you have to sell stuff to get money, don't you?
Yeah, you don't start with any money. There is no starting funds. I'm just deciding whether I want to go to sea or I want to stay out.
I'm going to stay at sea.
You are? Okay, right. Okay, then. I think I'm going to go back to port. I'm going to go back to port. Danny's staying at sea. So I'm going to port. This would be where you may equip rods and reels. We haven't accumulated any yet because neither of us have gone to port yet. That's what ideally I'm going to try and do. And then we're straight on to actions. So I'm going to take my first turn. Now, port has its own distinct actions. In theory, there is a few things that I could do. Either you can sell your fish to get money, or you can then use that money to then shop at the rods and reels supply and dice place, or you can mount a fish. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But first of all, once you've made port, you need to muster your courage again. So hang on. Immediately upon arriving port, whether during the declaration phase or otherwise, muster your courage again. So refresh phase. So I've got to actually roll my dice again. Oh, wonderful. Okay, there we go. Flip your can of worms face up. I didn't use that last, so it stays as it is. And then discard 1 regret card. I don't have any regret cards. Okay. Right, now. What can I do? It's probably...
Is this not when you make port with the life?
No, that's just any time. Either way you make port.
Is that master your courage again? It says brief.
Yeah. So that's literally just here. Muster your courage, you just roll again.
You have to do it again even though you only just did it?
Yes, yeah, that's what it says again. Yeah. Each player takes all dice from their spell, yeah, and just roll it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not quite sure why. Because I don't think that really affects anything in the port. But
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I think...
Did you? Yeah.
No, I've literally, if I had any, I would have got rid of 1. Now double checking what my options are. I'm toying with the idea of whether I should sell the fish that I've got or I should mount it. Obviously, it's of quite high value, so I could mount it. Mounting costs, it doesn't cost anything to mount the fish, but once you've done it, it's done. So you're kind of selling yourself short because you could take up a slot. You've only got 3 slots. And I kind of ideally want to sell stuff to get some money to go back out and get better things. So I think I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to sell. So I'm going to visit. I'm just going to sell the fish. So choose any number of fish in your hand to sell them to the value. Modified by the madness. I'm currently at 0 madness, which is nice. Take the correct amount of fish books and discard the sold fish in their respective graveyard. So this is the graveyard here, as we've already shown you. You can't have more than 10 fish books. So I'm going to sell this. The value is in the top left here for 5. So I'm going to get 5 fish books. And that's the end of this round of actions, because I can only take 1 action, then the same as you. So play passes to you.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. I am going to use my can of worms to peek at a fish.
Okay.
So I'm going to flip that because I've used it.
Right. So just to clarify, Danny's now looking at the card without showing me. It doesn't affect any reveal effects or anything like that. Nothing happens with the card, and she can just place that down, or she can choose to reveal it immediately and try and catch it like we did before.
We'll show you guys.
Well, I can just cheat and look at
Don't look at it. Don't look at the feed.
There's a delay. It's not my fault.
Don't look at the feed.
I know, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to turn over. Why are you laughing?
Well, you've seen that one immediately gone for something else, so I wonder if I should avoid that one in future.
I'm going to turn that fish over, and it is an eye fish.
Small but foul.
And foul.
Doesn't have any reveals. But it has a caught ability.
What does this mean?
That's when you catch it. It's a catch ability.
Am I looking at the wrong thing here?
No. These are all the 4 options.
Fish difficulty.
No, that's the fish difficulty up there. It's a catch ability.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I am going to...
You're going to catch it. All right, there you go.
And then it says...
You draw a
regret card.
You haven't caught it yet. Okay.
And eat at 1 fish.
Yeah. But you can still only do it at the depth, so either that one or this one.
So this is fish.
Yeah. That also had a eat ability as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to use that now, or?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I might use it.
Nice.
Oh, I did get a regret card. So.
Yep, so you're on 1 regret.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, that's my turn.
Right, okay then. Right, so I'm still at pot. In theory, now I just want to try and be spending some of the fish books that I've just picked up. So, I then can choose to go to 1 shop per action. You can only visit the shop once per day, by the way. So I'm just wondering what's going to be in my best interest. It's still fairly early, but ideally I want to get like something big and something valuable and kind of be a little bit more risky. So I'm just wondering whether having more dice would be more helpful. But, yeah, I don't know. Because this is the thing. If you want to go down the madness route, you get more dice. But I haven't got any more. I haven't picked up more regrets yet. So I think I'm going to go. Probably the easiest thing to do is go for a rod. So the way that this works is that depending on how much you want to spend, it increases your chances of getting better gear. So I've got 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend... There's 3 brackets. You can either spend 1, 3, or 5. If you spend 1, you only get 1 card, and that's what you get. If you spend 3, you pick up 3, and you choose 1 out of it. And then for 5, you pick up 5, and you get to choose 2. So I ideally want to visit more than 1 shop while I'm here, and take advantage of everything that I've got. So I'm actually... I think I'm just going to pay 1, so it's gone from 5 to 4, and I'm just going to pick up the rod that I've got, that I get given. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take that, and then that's my turn for the time being. Play passes to you.
Don't you need to finish off your shop action?
In what way?
You said you can only visit the shop once per turn. Per day.
Yeah, so each different type of shop, yeah. So the rod shop, I can't go back to that one now.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. You only get to do 1 at a time.
Yeah. So I still have the option to go to the other 3. Yeah.
You definitely have to do it 1 at a time.
Yeah, it's actions. We still take actions in turn, yeah. Because we could both be at port in theory.
All right, yeah, okay. I am going to reveal this. It's a flying gurnard, and it is small and fair.
Mm-hmm.
What's the eatability?
Let's you increment a dice.
Yeah.
And discard
Okay,
random
I will get that.
Okay.
I'm going to pick that up.
Yeah.
And then I am going to eat a fish.
Oh.
So I'm going to eat my eye fish.
Okay.
And that lets me refresh 2 dice.
Right.
But I have to pick up 2 regrets.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick up 2 regrets.
Right. So how many regret cards do you have now?
I have 3.
Oh, right, so
I'm still in the same
yep.
place. And then, yeah, I get to refresh these, which means I get to put them in fresh, right?
Yeah, from spent to fresh, yeah.
So I've eaten.
Yep. Yeah, are you doing any other eating impact or reactions?
Not just yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's your turn.
Yeah. So I am going to carry on shopping. I've still got some money to spend. So what I'm going to do is, very plain and simply, I am just going to go to the real shop and I'm going to spend 1 coin from 3 to 4 and I'm going to pick up this real card. I'm not even going to bother looking at it because it's what I'm stuck with either way. And then goes to you now.
Okay. What are your dice for if you're just spending coins?
I don't think they matter on the...
Oh.
Yeah. I'll double check while you're taking your turn.
Why did you have to refresh them?
Yeah, that's not what I'm not sure.
Okay, so it's my turn again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I am going to reveal this card. And it is a parasitic larva, large and foul. It does have a reveal ability, which says catch automatically.
Oh dear.
Oh, display face up in front of you. Anytime you would draw regret cards, draw 1 more. That is not a... Oh my god, I can't get rid of that.
Nope.
It doesn't have an eat ability.
Nope.
That is not... That is a bad card.
You're going to be stuck with that for a while. There is one way to get rid of it, I believe, and that would be to abandon ship, because you then discard any fish that you have on you and go straight to port. But you would lose everything that you currently have. And
you would get 10.
Yeah, there is monstrous regret, but that only applies to the end scoring. It doesn't apply to your badness. So you could, at a later point, choose to do that. But yes, basically you're keeping that for the foreseeable future. But there are other cards that may allow you to get rid of it.
Oof, that was a bad card. Yeah. Just going to check if there's anything else I want to do. Yeah, I'm not going to take any other action right this second.
Okay.
So it's your turn again.
Right, nice. So I'm going to continue shopping. So I've been to the rod and the reel shop. I'm now going to go to the supply shop, and I'm just going to again spend 1 down to 2 and take the top supply card. And it goes to you.
Okay, and oh, I can't remember what that card said. Can I relook at the card from when I used my can of worms or not?
No, I think you just look at it the once, right?
So I can't check it again if I've forgotten.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, I mean, thinking if you're actually fishing, the idea is you throw those worms in, the fish comes up once, and then I think the idea is you're supposed to remember, unfortunately.
You could give me a pass.
What? I think you would probably remember if it was a good fish. So it was probably a fish you didn't want.
It depends on the wording of the fish.
Right. I don't think you can.
Okay, well, for now, I will turn this one over.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Black sea bass.
Hmm.
What's the eatability?
There's a value of 2.
That's good. I will take this fish.
Right. Difficulty 1. Yeah. Are you taking any other free actions or anything? You're going to eat?
I will eat this fish immediately.
Nice.
Which lets me
increment a dice.
Increment a die.
Right.
Might do this. No. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
And it lets me discard a regret also.
Yep. Nice. Goes in the graveyard. Okay.
So it's your turn.
Yep, my turn. So I'm running out of money now, but I'm going to spend 1 remaining coin down to 1, and I'm going to go to the dice shop. So I am going to then draw from the dice bag randomly, like a bit fake, and then I just pull one out. These are color-coded. There you go. So I've got a blue dice. So depending, what's the tracker here? Oh, there we go. So blue dice have got options of 2 zeros, a 1, or a 2. So it's not the best, but it's better than having nothing, I suppose. I mean, in some cases, I may literally be drawing 0 anyway, but it's nice to have an extra dice. That might help me later on because I've been rolling very poorly so far. I would have preferred to have a different colour.
Did that
go
in spend?
Yes, sorry, that goes into spend when you bought it. You're right. But yeah, that's the end of. In fact, I'll be passing because.
Well, you can't.
Okay.
You've taken the turn. You pass on the next
turn.
turn.
All right, pass goes to you then. Play goes to you.
Okay. So still have money to spend here. Dice even. I am going to turn this card. Oh, lovely! I found a corpse. So this is middling and foul. There is a reveal effect. All players draw a regret card.
Wonderful. Everything was going so well.
The
tracker.
Display face up in front of you. Anytime you would draw regret cards, draw 1 more. So I have to pick 2.
Okay.
Oh, and I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 regret cards.
So you are now even more mad.
I'm going mad. Okay. Yeah. Do I want to catch the corpse? What is the eat effect? Oh, you can eat the corpse.
Why not?
I do. Yeah.
What does the eat ability do? Lets you refresh a dice.
I will spend a die and draw a dink. So this is my dink card.
Okay.
I'm happy with that dink card.
Nice. Better than a corpse.
Yep.
Okay. Are you doing any eat abilities or anything? For your existing fishies?
No.
Okay then, right. Then player passes to me, and I've got no actions left to take. I've got some money left to spend, but I can't, in theory, spend it because I've gone to all the shops, so I pass. So I can take a dink.
Okay, and on my final turn, I will turn this card over. It is a flounder. It is small and fair.
Okay.
And I'll spend my last dice to take this card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Want to eat that now?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So that is the end of my turn.
Right. Okay. That's the end of everything then.
Yeah.
So that's the end of that turn. So, in terms of fish, I think this now gets swept away, I believe. I just want to double check. Right, we're going to the next day. So move the day tracker up past the first player token clockwise. So Danny becomes the first player. We'll redistribute the
Oh.
preserver in a minute. Oh, you forgot. I forgot I had
that.
that as well. Yeah. Oh well. So now we're passing over to Wednesday. So Wednesday, you get your worms back if you haven't already had them. So you get your worms replenished for Wednesday. Discard all revealed fish at sea. So the corpse gets swept out to sea. Oh dear. And then trigger any day effects known on the day tracker. Yeah, we've done that. And then reel in all players at sea must move their boat up 1 depth. Danny's already at depth 1. Okay, so now refresh. So we've muster our courage. So we're going to roll and see how we go. Of course, the extra dice of did nothing. So I've got a score. Oh, drop mine. That's 4 I've got. It's got to beat 4.
I got 3 ones.
Okay, right. So I'm still
Oh,
first.
I know. It's why you roll and then make the decision, because if you get a bad roll, you could then go to pot instead of going.
But then why do you refresh the dice when you get there? That's
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Maybe
sense
we're missing something. If anyone's played Deep Regrets before and understands why we have to refresh the dice at pot, please let us know.
I have spent a significant amount of time trying to read the rules to double check why, and I can't find anything that suggests that it's important to being a pot. So life preserver, Danny gets the life preserver. Did I give you this? Yeah, because I was first player. Yeah.
Oh, I get the life preserver.
Yes, you do, because you lost the roll.
Nice.
Yep. So, okay, declaration stage. Setting your bearings, starting with the first player, proceeding clockwise. So that's you, Dan. So are you going to stay at sea, or are you going to go to port?
I am going to go to.
Excellent. Okay, I'll move your ship to port, and I will actually go to sea. Okay. This is also where you would equip rod and reel. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to immediately use these. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I've just realised what that supply card was because I didn't read it earlier. So I'm going to apply these rod and reel cards.
Do I need to refresh my dice?
Yes, you do. Sorry. So you've gone to port, so you refresh your worms, you refresh your dice.
Even though we don't think that does anything.
Even though we don't think it does anything, that's what the rules say.
There's not a scenario where when you're done at port, you can go back here.
No, that doesn't seem to be. No, it's a bit odd. You have the choice of discarding a regret card if you wish as well. You don't have to, but you can.
I will gladly do so.
Because you don't have to, remember, because you might want to be mad.
I just quoted the crab.
Yes, you did. You did.
In Moana. Yes.
You did.
Very fish themed.
Okay.
What?
Right. Well, so we've equipped rod and reel.
Oh, I'm down to 3 regret cards.
Excellent. Right,
so I'm moving up on madness.
Excellent. Okay, so now we're in actions, and you're first. So now it's your turn to do stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this take effect at all times?
That's to do with selling the value.
Right. Did you take that into account when you sold?
I had 0 regrets at the time.
Oh, okay. So did you get +2?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I should have had more money then, shouldn't I? I didn't think about that. Okay. For the sake of, I will give myself 2 extra coins. That would have really changed how I played, but oh well. I'll give myself 2 extra coins. That's fine. That should have done that. Silly me. Oh.
So that only affects it, not for scoring?
No, that's purely for value. I don't think it affects scoring in any way. Okay.
It might.
It may do.
Because the value is what scoring is. But it affects money.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So again, your options are to shop, or to sell, or to mount. Could sell this.
Can I do that?
Yeah, it's got a value. But I think when you sell a foul fish, you would get a regret card. Pretty sure.
Let me check that.
Yeah, I'm double checking now. So sell fish. Yeah, foul fish always sell for their current value before you draw the regret card for selling them. Yeah, for each foul fish you sold, you must draw a regret card.
Okay, well I will sell this.
Okay.
Does this just go here?
Yeah.
So I have to draw a regret card, but now that I've got rid of that, I don't have to draw two.
Yes. Just to clarify something, your foul card value is -1, so you don't get the coin. Unfortunately.
I helped him out, and he threw me under the bus.
Playing the rules. The rules said I had to. Your rules say that you got -1.
Oh, I'm back up to 4 cards.
Oh, okay. After selling that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
So
That's the end of your turn for the time being. That was one action. Oh, sorry. Any number of fish. Yes. Sorry. Are you still selling?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, you can sell any number.
Okay. How much money do we need?
How much money do you need for what?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to sell this one for free.
Okay.
Oh, and then +1 so far.
Nice.
And I will also sell this one for 2 +1. So I'm on 7. Yeah, I think that will do for my cells.
Okay. Right. Play passes to me. So I'm at C. So I'm gonna now think I'm gonna try something. So okay. I think I'm going to dive depths. So I'm
Do you
going
just have to spend a dice? The dice doesn't have to have
Correct.
value.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna go down 1 depth.
So although Andy's dice was 0 value, he can use it to go deeper
Yeah.
in the sea.
Yeah. So I'm also going to use my reel here as well. So once per day, you may re-roll any of your fresh dice until they each have a value greater than 1. So I'm actually going to take both these dice of a value of 1, and I'm going to re-roll them. Nice. Right, so they both, sorry, before I dropped that, that was a 3. So I've now done very well. I've converted both those 1s to 3s. I will flip this over just to make it clear that I've used that, because that's a once per day thing. And then I am now going to fish here. So I think I'm going to use my bait first. I'm going to flip my worms over, and I'm going to check this large, like, fish shadow here. Oh dear. Okay, so that's a Stewart worm. It's large and foul. Oh, hang on, I'm supposed to be peeking. I apologise. Oh, okay. Well, Danny's found out now, so I might as well read the rest of it.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay then. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. So I now know what that card is. Danny thankfully was not paying attention, so she doesn't know what that card is. Okay. I think yeah. I think I'm going to Now, is that the same size as that? Yeah, that's also a big one. Okay, I'm going to hedge my bets, and I'm going to reveal this one. Oh, nice. Excellent. What does this do now? Humpback whale. Oh, it's a reveal. Hang on, this isn't one that you catch. Okay, so all players discard 2 regret cards plus the increment of dice. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll discard mine. So I'm on 0 regrets. That's nice. Discard humpback whale. This does not count
Is
as an
the
action.
discarding of regrets optional or not?
Yeah, you don't have to do it. Or at least when you go into port, you don't have to. Because there is definitely a bit in the rules where it says that you don't have to discard. Oh, this is optional, look. You can always just sulk, it says.
Sorry, what?
There, look, discard 1 regret card. It's optional.
That's when you go to part, but
Yes.
what about for this? Do we have to do this?
It doesn't specifically say about.
Well, it says all players.
Yeah.
Is this compulsory?
I would say so. Yeah, I guess. Because picking them up is also mandatory, isn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay then. Right. So that didn't count as an action, so I'm going to carry on. Hopefully this goes well. I don't know. Right, so I'm going to reveal this one. Oh, nice. Large and fair. So I've found a bluefin tuna. So, yeah. Yeah, I might as well catch that. So I'm going to spend my 3 dice there to catch it. Oh, hang on. Actually, I have a dink here. Reduce a fish's difficulty by 1. So if I spend this dink, so this is the dink discard pile, I can reduce it by 1. So I'll use my 2 dice instead of the 3. And then that goes into my hand.
Nice.
So I've caught that tuna. Right, so then by doing that, all players discard 1 regret.
Oh, I'm up here now.
Yep. Okay. That's my action. So it goes back to Danny.
Okay. Okay, we're at the shop.
Yes. You've done your selling. You can continue to sell if you change your mind about that.
No, I'm going to shop.
Okay.
I'm going to attend the dice shop.
Right.
Life preserver I can also use to reduce my spending cost.
Correct. Yeah.
There was one thing I wanted to know.
About.
If I buy more dice,
Yes,
then I am allowed to use.
they just stay in your spent. You don't discard them.
But how does that work with regards to rolling the dice? Do I roll the dice and then get rid of? Do I choose which one to get rid of?
You just choose the ones you want to roll, and then any overflow stay in spent.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can get an upper hand with the dice.
No, you don't roll all of them and then pick what you want. It's
Right.
You pick the ones you want to roll and roll them.
Okay. So there's no benefit to having an extra one that I don't need unless something terrible happens on the madness tracker.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
I mean, you've been dabbling in this area, so it probably does you well to have more dice.
yeah, I'm just gonna go for the 2 extra dice.
So you're going to spend 3 to gain 2.
But I'm gonna use my life preserver, so it's only
Okay.
gonna cost me 1.
Nice.
So I've used that.
So, choose
so now
2
I get
dice.
2 dice.
Mm-hmm. So again, these.
Oh, but if I had got more dice, I get to pick which ones I roll. So if I had a rubbish dice and a good dice, I could have picked better dice to roll.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh, in that case,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna increase that then. I'm gonna spend
3.
3.
Yep. And
So
pick up
I'm gonna
5.
get 3 dice.
3 dice. Sorry. Yep. You got
1,
3?
2,
Nice.
3.
There you go. Okay.
So I got a blue and 2 greens.
Nice. So they go straight into your spent.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so that's my dice shop. So then it's your turn.
All right, back to me. Okay, cool. So I. What did this do? Oh yeah, right. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So, knowing what this is, yeah, this is a big boy, and I don't particularly want it for reasons. This is a small one, and this looks like a medium one. For reasons that may become clear later, I am actually going to. Oh, hang on, what's this? All fishes cost less to catch. Oh, I could have used that without using my dink. Oh,
real is not visible?
Because it's once per day and I've flipped it, just so you know that we haven't. Can I use it again?
Oh, you're.
Yeah. Sorry. Earlier I used my Dink card when actually this did that automatically. So can I take my Dink card back and save it for another time? Because it did the same thing and I didn't need to spend it. Because this would have been free, and this is just this is free cost.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll be nice.
I mean it was perfectly reasonable. Right, so sorry, so that I have a rod that decreases the value of all fish while I've still got this rod by 1, so I didn't need to use that dink that let me do that. I'm going to pick this small fish, and we'll see what it is. I don't have my bait anymore. Oops, sorry. Okay, there we go. So it's a lamprey. So small and fair. That's, again, good that it's a fair, because sorry, I don't know if we explained this very well previously, but the deeper you go, the higher the chances are that your fish are foul, and also the worse the abilities get. And also how hard they become a lot harder to catch. So even at this middle level, it is significantly harder to catch fish, and also there are significantly fewer fair fish. Okay, I am going to. Sorry, just to clarify, and I don't know if this came up when we played this previously. If it's a cost of 1 and it reduces it by 1, does that just mean that it's free to catch or no? Or does a fish always have to cost you to pick it up?
I would have thought if it was 0.
It's free.
I'm not sure.
I'm just double checking.
This is quite a new game.
Yeah.
I backed this on Kickstarter and we only got it like a couple of months ago, I think. So normally I would resort to Googling, but there might not be many clarifications online yet.
Yeah. There's usually an FAQ or something like that, but it doesn't actually have it. Using some deduction, you can speculate about how hard fish will be to catch, their sizes, blah, blah, blah. You can see from the shadows and the black, yep, then refer to the cat, then potential range of difficulty. Yeah, small, middle. It doesn't say specifically. I think that if it's free, because it's been reduced, I don't think that would cost an action. I think that makes sense, because anything that's 0 doesn't get a cost, and that cost would be 0. So I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so I am going to catch that for free. And it goes into my hand. There is no catch ability, but it does have an eat ability, but I'm not interested in using that right now. So play passes back to you.
Okay. We are shopping.
Yeah.
So I have 4 coins left.
Mhm.
Where shall we shop?
Doing that. Excellent.
I think I will get a reel.
Okay.
So I'll spend 1.
Okay. So just pick up one random, yeah?
Oh, actually. What? Whoa. Yeah. I'll spend 1 to pick up a reel.
All right. There you go. Okay. Are you taking any free actions or anything?
Like that. Sorry, what free actions can I take? Just ding. Whoa, what was my ding? Ah. Sorry. Yeah, did this differently.
Okay. Do you want to do things differently?
That's fine, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Your turn.
Right. Okay. That's fine. We'll carry on.
Remind me to use my ding on my next turn.
Right. Okay. I think.
thinking.
Sorry, yes, I am. Sorry, I'm going to go for this small fish again. Skip. Oh, excellent. Right, okay. So, Northern Stargazer, it's again small and fair. Reveal, if you don't catch Northern Stargazer, shuffle it into this shoal. Oh, okay. So, I will catch it. So, I'm going to spend my 3 and catch it. It goes straight into there, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna shop. I'm gonna go to the rod shop, and I'm gonna use a dink. So it's bearer bond, reduce a shop cost. So I'm gonna use it from 3 to 1.
Mhm.
So I get to pick 3 cards, and then I choose one of those to keep, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Do you want me
where
to
are we
press?
putting the dinks?
The dink, this card can go there. So, I'll give you 1, 2, 3.
I get to pick one of these to keep.
Yep. And the ones that you don't want can just go on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah. Okay. My turn.
Right, okay, right. So running out of actions. So I think what I'm gonna do is just risk it and go. I think this middle shoal has been doing well so far, so I'm gonna risk it again. Oh, excellent. There we go. So a frilled shark, so that's middling and fair again. Yeah, I will spend that to catch it. And that's it.
You got a lot of fish that turn.
I did, yeah, I did quite well. I mean, obviously, I was able to refresh my dice, which made a big difference. There was some there that I wouldn't have been able to catch otherwise. So, yeah.
Okay. My turn. I am going to shop at the supply shop, and I'm just going to spend the 1 point.
So, excellent.
Don't look at my card. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Happy with this.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Any more actions? Is that it?
That's that turn. So it's back to you.
Okay. I don't have any other actions to take, so I'll
actually,
pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to take any either.
Okay. So do I? Sorry. So I.
This
didn't
is
have
what
any
I'm not
actions.
understanding. Should we be both picking up a dink whenever we're passing?
When you pass, you do get a dink, but the last person doesn't get one. So, but I
you've
didn't.
just been
It shouldn't.
automatically ending it and not taking dinks whenever both of us are not doing it.
Yeah, the rules state that the person who passes, because again, I think it's a bit more difficult when there's 2 players rather than any more, because it would be clearer with more players. But when
Right.
there's 2 players, I am in theory passing only because I don't have any actions. So play shouldn't pass to me in the first place for me to then just pass to get a dink. I think once you've run out of actions, it should just go to the
Right, we'll just carry
remaining
on like
player.
that then.
Right.
So
There you go.
we're done with
Yeah.
that round.
That's it. Right. Okay. Cool. So we can go straight back to. There's no fish to wipe off the board. So we're going back to the next day. So we just moved the day tracker on. So we're going to go to Thursday. Yeah. So I've got 6.
So
That
we
would have been a
get
good
3
thing to go
more.
back to.
Yeah, it would. I didn't pay attention.
I didn't realize either, but that's the way that's worked out. That's fine. So first player token comes back to me.
Roll the die.
Hang on. All players at sea must move their boat to depth 1. So that's me.
Oh, is it to depth 1 or
Sorry,
up 1 depth?
Up 1 depth to a
Right.
maximum of 1. Yep. And then yes, refresh. So now muster. So we're rolling.
So I do 5 dice.
You can have a maximum of 5. Yeah. Excellent. So what was your score? I got 5.
9.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So I get the there's a little life thingamajig, life preserver, and Danny won, so she gets priority. Although I'm going first, so we go into the declaration phase. I am going to go back to port, which immediately lets me refresh my worms. I can refresh any dice, which again we're not sure why it tells us to do this, but I'm going to do it. That has made no difference. Again, I'm really not sure, but whatever. That's fine. It's fine. We'll do it because we're told to do it. And then I can remove regrets bribe. I've got 0 regrets at the moment.
I'm gonna go fishing.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm gonna come down here.
Yep. Okay. It's still my turn first. So now we're going to move into. Oh, sorry. We're now in declaration. These rod and reels that I bought previously, they are now discarded.
Really?
Yeah. So they only last until the next declaration phase.
Wait.
Yep.
Can I see?
Yeah. So
I don't think we played it like that.
So equip rod and reel. Look, if they own any rods and reels, each player may select one rod or one reel to equip by placing them beneath their player boards in the appropriate space. These remain equipped until the next declaration phase, so they're not equipped. So
yeah, but isn't that just because if you have more than one, you can change them?
Yeah. So sorry.
I don't think
sorry,
you
I'm not
discard them.
You just
you think you're just declaring what you're going to use this round?
Yeah. Each player may select one rod or one reel to equip by placing beneath.
So if you had multiple, you might want to swap it.
Right, so these are no longer equipped, but then that means that I can't equip them again. I could equip them again, because it says equip first, then remain equipped until the next declaration phase.
Yeah. If they own any rods or reels, you may select one rod and one reel to equip.
That's fine. Right, cool.
So you can equip them.
All right, okay. I don't need to. I'm back at port, so that's fine. So are you equipping rods and reels? Yes. You are?
Yes.
All right. Now we're on actions. So I'm going to take my action. I'm first, because it's my turn first. I am going to... I'm first going to mount a fish. So I've got a cloche here. So there's an item that I picked up. That allows me to... You may mount a small fish on this card. At the end of the game, if you have the highest regret value, discard it, otherwise double its value. So I'm going to put this small fair fish in that cloche. I'm going to pop it there like that. So for the rest of the game, I now have an extra trophy slot with that small fish in it. And hopefully if I remain the lowest amount of regret, it will double its score and help me score at the end. I'm just wondering if... Hang on.
I'm pretty sure that's how he beat me last time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. So that's... Sorry, I've mounted a fish, so that's my first action, so there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
I am going to spend a dice to go deeper.
Okay.
Oh, I also have Reel of the Infinite. Once per day, if you are at sea, you may move your boat down one depth.
There you go then.
So I am going to go down.
Excellent. So flip that over, just so you know you've used it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then I can carry on, right?
Yeah, that wasn't an action.
Yeah. Okay. Was I supposed to do that in the declaration stage or not?
What one? The depth
Choosing
thing.
the depth. Yeah.
No. That's a free action.
Oh, okay. Oh, so technically I could be up here and then later do that.
Yeah, but that doesn't any advantage because you can always fish higher than where you are.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can fish anywhere on this board now.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. This changes things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to. So my rod allows me, when you cast, peek at the top 2 fish of the shoal. and place them back in any order before revealing the top fish.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here. I'm going to have a look. Okay. I'm definitely putting it that way. Ooh, the fish down here are nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I found a mass of ice,
Oh dear.
which is large and foul. So it has a reveal ability, which is draw 3 regret cards.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yes.
And peek at 3 fish.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3.
Okay. How many regret cards total do you now have?
I now have 4.
Okay, so we'll move you up. You are a little bit more mad than you were.
A little bit more mad.
Yeah.
And
You can now peek at 3 fish.
can peek at 3 fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have a peek at this one.
Okay. I remember what that one was.
Oh, you already looked at this.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pick this one. Oop. Sorry, can I just okay. What's this do? Okay, can I use my this is a free action, right?
Use supplies, yeah.
So I want to use this. It says discard this card and refresh a die. So I can use
Yeah.
spent one.
I think if you're using them, just
Put
it
discard.
at the yeah. So I would just say pop it at the bottom. Okay. Chances are we're not going to get to the bottom.
So refresh the die. Got a 1. Okay. I'm going to
Sorry, so when you picked this rod, that allowed you to look at underneath and then pick the best one and the one that was on top. And now your choice is to catch this on, isn't it?
yes.
Right. Okay.
Which I do want to do.
Right.
I'm just going to do it by spending. Oh, actually. Let's spend these 2. That's 4. Pick that up.
Okay. You get a regret for catching it?
No, I had 3 and I already picked them up.
No.
Oh.
Yes. When you catch.
Whenever you catch. I thought it was when you sell.
Maybe that's what that means. Sorry. Oh, sell it. Yeah, sorry. No, that's the sell
It's
effect.
only when
Yes,
you
you're
sell.
right. Sorry. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, happy? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, first things first, I'm going to sell. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna sell Yeah, sorry. So I'm going to sell this lamprey. So which value are there? There you go. Oh, I put that on the wrong thing earlier. Is this also one as well? No, one. Right, so they're two. Sorry, they should have gone there. So I'm going to sell that for a value of 2 plus 2, so I get 4. There you go. So I'm back up to 10 fish books. And then I am going to visit the shop again. So I can only have a maximum of 4 dice, but the dice I have are pretty rubbish. So I think, do I want a better choice? The problem is I could spend more money here and then just end up with another rubbish one. So I might visit the dice shop last, depending on how much I've got remaining. But with the amount I've got right now, I could visit each of these and pay 3 to get a choice of one rather than a random one, and then still spend 1 to get a dice and just accept what it is. So I think I'm just going to go left to right in sequence, obviously, you taking your turns in between, and I'm going to do the rod, reel, and supply. So I'm going to go with rod first. So I'm going to spend 3, but I'm going to, oh, I can use the life preserver. No, I'll do that at the end, trying to save myself some money. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm down to 7. I'm then going to pick 3 rod cards and pick the best one out of them. Uh, Okay, I'm going to pick that and put these back on the bottom. And it's your turn. Yep.
Okay. I am going to cast here.
Okay.
I get to peek at the top 2 fish. Oof. Yeah.
You get to change the order of those. And then does it make you reveal the top one? You have to reveal the top one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm going to eat this fish.
Okay.
To increase one of my dice.
Nice.
And then I'm going to spend those 2 dice to catch this fish. And it says all players lose a regret.
That was a reveal card. So
yeah.
Should have done that earlier, but it's fine. Do you get to discard a regret? Nice.
Yeah. So I'm down to 3 again.
Okay, so you're slightly less mad again. That goes into your hand, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you taking any other actions? Eating anything else or doing anything else?
No, that's my turn.
For now, yeah. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to visit the real shop and I'm going to spend 3 again. So 1, 2, 3. And I am going to take 3 and pick one again. Okay, I'm going to pick that one and I'm going to put these 2 back. Okay. That's your go.
Okay, I am going to these two. Okay. I don't have enough to get that, so I will spend my dice to get a dink.
Whispering skull, small. Display face up in front of you. Oh, that's after you caught it. Alright. Okay. Is my turn, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to go to the supply shop. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm down to 1. I'm then going to, again, pick 3. Now with the supply store lets you take 2 out of the 3 rather than just 1. Oh, excellent. Take that. Perfect.
You take two.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just said it and completely forgot. I may take that, I think. Alright, yeah. Shall I go?
Um, are you still continuing on the next turn?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything else, so I have to pass.
Okay. You can't take a turn with just 3 actions. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I
Yeah, you
get a
pass.
dink.
Okay, cool. Right, so straighten these up. So, okay. This will be my last action anyway before in this round. So I'm gonna use the life preserver to reduce the cost of the dice shop by two. So I'm gonna go for the option 3, but then spend my last book, if that makes sense. So then I get 2 dice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't actually get my hand in this. So I get 2 dice. Oh, oh dear. Are they the most like common? They probably are, aren't they? Okay. So I now have some extra dice. Now it's important to know. All right. Well, I don't know. I might as well use it at this point. In the same way that Danny obviously has slightly higher madness, I'm even more restricted with the dice I can use. I can only use 4 dice, but I have 6 now. But it gives me the option at least. I was hoping with that to get some
Not
better
pick blue.
quality. Yeah, I could have had anything other than blue and it would have been better. But yeah, I was hoping for something better than blue. But we'll see. We'll see. It's fine. Okay, so that's the end of that round. So we're refreshing and we're going through the 4 phases. So start of the day, we're going to move on to the next day. So you get your worms back. It's Friday. Get your worms back if you haven't
Didn't use
already.
my worm.
Oh dear. Okay. Where is yours? Oh, you've put them up the top. Right. Okay. All players at sea must go up 1 depth, so you have to go up 1. And then we're at the refresh. So it's now time to roll. So I'm gonna. I can only use 4, so I've got to roll my 4. Okay. So 1. What? You need to roll yours as well, Dan. How many dice do you get? You get 5. You need to pick your 5 dice that you're rolling. Yeah. Okay. So your score to beat is 7.
Okay. 3,
Everywhere.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah, 8.
9, 10.
Oh wow. Right. Okay. So nice. Okay. So first player marker goes to you anyway. I get the life preserver because I lost the roll. Your first player. Oh, sorry. Hang on. We now move on to declarations. Where are you going? Are you going back to port? Or are you coming out to sea?
I'm going to stay at sea.
Okay, that's fine then. So are you going to equip a rod or reel?
I've equipped these
You're
two.
going to equip those
The
back
same.
again. Okay, I'm going to equip a rod and a reel. Hang on. Give me 1 moment. Okay, so I'm going to set that and also this one. There we go. So I've set my rod and my reel. Now we go on to actions. Danny's first. So yeah, you. Oh, sorry, I didn't set my intention. I apologize. I wanted to be out at sea, so I'm now at sea.
Okay. Once per day, if you are at sea, you may move your boat down one depth.
So we're
I'm down here again. So
right.
Okay, so I'm going first, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, we sort of swept that away. Sorry. There we go. Previously. Apologies.
Oh, I've already forgotten what things are.
Oh, you looked at a lot of these, didn't you?
Mm.
Yeah. Probably should have remembered that.
Okay, I think I am going to fish here. And because of my rod, I can peek at the two.
Okay.
Or, yeah. That. And I am going to catch that fish.
Okay.
So the catch ability is discard an item. I don't have any.
You do. Your equipped rods and reels are item. You want to change your mind?
No. So I will discard my reel.
It does say item on it.
Yeah.
Did you think supplies were items?
Yeah.
Right. These are all items.
Yeah. Okay. And then all of the players get a regret, so you get a regret.
Eh?
All of the players
okay. Yep.
regret.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. I am now on one regret. Oh dear. That's not what I want. Oh, I forgot to do some stuff on my previous turn. It's fine.
Hang on, sorry. Could I use my reduce a fish difficulty by 1 ding?
Yeah.
And so I would swap that 2 for that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use this item from my supply. Sorry, this supply item. Move your boat down 1 depth. So I'm going to go down 1. That's a free action. I'm also then going to use one of my. I'm also going to use my abyssal reel. Once per day, you may set any 3 fresh dice to their highest value. So I'm going to go 3, 3, and set that to 3 as well. Is the highest value on this too? Yeah. And then I'm going to use this dice to go down again. So I haven't taken any actions yet. That was all just free actions and supply cards. Okay. I am then going to. Yep, I've used that. Thank you. Was that once per day? Was it? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, then. I am then going to use my Rod of the Infinite. When you cast, peek at the top 3 fish in the shoal and then place them in any order before revealing the top fish. So you've only gone down 2 so far, any of these, not 3. I'm going to pick this shoal. So I'm going to quickly peek at these. Oh, okay. What? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So I'm going to immediately reveal this. So it is a hollow earth infant. It is large and foul. When revealed, I take 3 regret cards. So 1, 2, 3. So
Danny
now I'm
takes
on
1.
and Danny takes 1. Yep. So that puts me on 4. Does it put you on 4?
Yes.
Okay. So we're both horrendously mad now. Okay, and then here we go. This is the reason why I did this. I'm now going to catch it, so I have to spend all 3 to catch it, so that becomes mine. It has a catch bonus or ability. Discard the top 3 fish from every shoal. So I'm going to start here. So 1, 2, 3. So they're discarded. It's going to take time. 1, 2. Yeah, sure. Yeah. 3. Don't need to have to go to the bottom there.
Oh.
2, 3. So that's the top row done. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Excellent. And then 1, 2, 3. So there we go. So that was the main reason for that. Was I thought it'd be interesting because Danny's been doing a lot of peeking. So now, in theory, we're a lot more. It's a lot more random, a lot more interesting how things are going to go on from there. I think maybe I don't know. Also, potentially, there was a lot of fish that Danny was avoiding, and we've got rid of them.
Yes, thank you.
And also, thankfully, I was able to catch a decent sized fish for me. I am also going to use this cask of ale supply. That reduces my regret by 2. So I'm now going to discard 2 regret cards, which helps me, and I go back up to just having the 2. So I'm in a different bracket as well. So I think that's worked out quite well. I could have reduced it by 1. Would that have made a difference? No, it would have still been 7, which I would have had. Yeah, so it's fine. Right. So I've used all my actions, unfortunately. But so play passes to Danny.
Okay.
Yep.
I am going to.
Oh, hold on a moment. I'm really sorry. Can I retcon a few things? Sorry. If I use my life preserver and I use this dink, it means that I could have got this card for 6. It could have reduced it by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wouldn't even have to use the dink.
To 5.
I could have reduced it. Sorry, I didn't have to use the dink. If I'd have used the life preserver to catch that, it would have cost 6. I could have used
Yeah,
there you go. Right, there you go. Sorry. Slightly different.
Always changing his mind.
Yep. I apologise. You can now go.
Okay.
Yep.
What
are you going to do now? You don't know where any of these fish are. Not that you knew, to be fair, you did look at like most of them and then immediately forgot. So really, there's no difference.
Okay, I'm going down here. I get to look at 2 still because I have a rod.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go for this.
Okay.
So, reveal effect. All players that see you gain a regret.
Okay, I'm on 3 regrets, so I'm still within that 1 band. How many regret cards do you have now? Okay, so you're still on that band. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
And I am going to spend all my dice to take this card.
Okay. It doesn't have a catch ability, right? That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and then before the end of my turn. No, it is. I'll leave.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. So there's not many options available to me. So I'll probably just hedge my bets and go for this large card. Oh, nice, a tiger shark. So that is, it doesn't have a real ability. But it does have a catch ability, which is discard a small fish. And let me just check if I've got a small. No, I don't. So that won't matter. So yes, I'm going to now use that to catch that, and I've got a tiger shark. There we go. Right, that ends my turn. You don't have any other actions, so it just goes to the next day now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So neither of us get dinks. Neither of us passed technically. Right. So now we go on to the final day. So Saturday. So what does that say? Oh, +1 dice. So you get a dice on Saturday. All players take 1 orange dice from the bag.
Orange.
Yeah, it says so specifically. All players take 1 orange dice from the bag. If they are not enough available, all players take 1 green dice instead. If there is still not enough, blah blah blah, blue. Right, so hang on, let me just get an orange dice out. There you go. So you get an orange dice, you get a dice, I get a dice. Right, so now all players at sea must move up 1 depth. So we're up to depth 2.
Can we
Yes.
just check the end game scenario?
Okay. I mean, sorry, what do you mean? As in, what happens at the end of this last round?
Yeah.
What specifically about it?
So I feel like it got cut short.
Okay, you double check, and I'll carry on with the. Oh, I can't carry on. I was reading the thing. Right, so we are on the final day, Saturday.
Oh, the game ends on the final day once all players.
Yeah. The difference was that, remember what it says, once you've passed, the next player can only take 2 other turns. That's what happened when we first played it, is that you had more actions available, but you could only take 2 turns because I had far fewer actions than you did.
But this says the game ends once all players have passed.
Yeah, but when you're talking about the passing rules, it says that once you're on the 1 remaining player, that player only has 2 turns remaining.
But surely
because
that
on a
doesn't
2-player
count for
game,
the end game. I feel like we've done that.
well, I don't know. It's a conflict in the rules. Then, if that's the case, I don't see it as a conflict, but I get what you're saying. Like the point is that when you pass, I'm trying to find specifically where it says it. Passing. Once all but 1 player has passed, obviously, it's slightly different. Maybe it's because it's a 2-player game and the rules aren't exactly designed for 2 players, but.
Is that just to stop it dragging out, though?
I think it's just a case of, it's a way you could potentially mess about with the players by passing early so that they couldn't take all their turns, in theory.
Are we counting that for end game, though?
I don't think. Well, let's see if it
Well,
applies.
no, I need to know in advance.
Okay.
It says very clear the game ends on the final day once all players have passed.
Yeah, but the other thing also says very clearly what it says.
But that's not for end game.
Okay. That's fine. If you want, for the sake of this game, if you want to say that you just carry on until all your actions are done, then that's fine.
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, then. Right. So, a good idea for you.
Well, I don't know. You might go into the meeting.
So refresh. So must encourage. So we have to roll. Again, I'm not quite sure why, but we are rolling. So.
You're allowed that many dice?
Oh no, I'm not.
So you have to pick your dice.
I only have 5, so what? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So all but these 2 blue ones. Right, there we go.
Am I first player?
No, that comes to me. So
Ooh, that
3,
was not good.
5. Oh, that was a 3. Sorry. So 3, 2, 3, 1. Right, so 6,
There's 7.
9. I have 9. Okay, so
So
I'm first. You get the life preserver.
life.
That's good. Okay, so throw a life preserver. Now, declaration. I'm definitely going back to Shaw. Are you going back to port also?
I am not.
Okay, because you're going to abandon ship. But have you forgotten that you lose everything on your ship when you do that?
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure that that's the case. If your plan is to fish and then abandon ship, once per game, if you are at sea, your lifeboat is face up. As an action, you may flip over your lifeboat to immediately make port. Move your boat to the port board and follow the procedure for making port. You can now only take port actions for the rest of the day. It's a drastic act, but sometimes necessary. Once the lifeboat is face down, it can never be flipped back over. At the end of the game, a flipped lifeboat increases your regret value by 10. A flipped lifeboat does not count. Oh, so it doesn't say anything about. Oh, okay. Right, so you can keep everything. Sorry, I thought it was a case. Because
It's
makes
just
sense.
that you're gaining.
You're gaining a lot of regret. So you're basically going to. Right, so which is why you were on about your actions, wasn't it? Because you wanted to be able to do as much as you possibly could here, and then also then basically take an extra turn at. Right, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that, but that's fine. I get that. Sorry, it now makes a lot more sense what you were plotting on doing. Okay, no, that's fine. That's okay. Sorry, I've just realised that my regret cards were not very clear in frame. I apologise, but it's fine. I'm going first. I am going back to port, so I refresh these things. I also discard a regret card, or may discard a regret card. It's fine. So I'm still on. I'm in the first bracket of regret, but I am still fairly low, which is good. Okay. I am actions. I don't need my rods and reels.
Can I just check the end game?
Yeah, you can. While you're doing that, I'm gonna do some other stuff.
Is it your turn first?
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, first things first, I am going to mount this fish. Sorry, do you still need that?
Yeah.
Okay, just because I wanted to double check something.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. Right, goes to check the mounting rules. So I've mounted a fish. So the idea there is that you choose one of up to 3 fish in your hand, mount them in an empty slot at the top of the angler board. You may not mount more than 1 fish per slot. At the end of the game, all mounted fish values will be modified by the multiplier on the slot. There you go. So there's no additional thing to consider there. I have taken that really snazzy fish that I got earlier and I've mounted it in my ×3. So it's my prize catch.
How many times are you allowed to mount on your?
No, that's one action, so now it goes to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's do some fishing. Okay. We're gonna go these.
Did you set your rod and reels?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I only have a rod.
Oh, okay.
going for this one. So I am gonna spend I'm gonna spend the 5.
Okay.
That.
Catch it, right? Does it have a catch ability?
Yes, it does. So the catch ability is to flip the fish coin.
Okay. And then what?
How do I do the flip?
Do you want me to do it for you?
Yes.
Okay. So it's heads.
So I get free money. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
Give game a chance.
And that's my turn.
All right. Okay. My next thing will be to mount a tiger shark. My other slot. There you go. Your turn.
Are we sure this doesn't count towards it?
No, it doesn't. It is only for the end game. At the end of the game, a flip life float increases your regret value by 10. So it doesn't increase your regret, your badness. It's just your regret. Does not count as a red card.
Oh yeah, this is
regret card.
cards.
Yeah, this is regret
Okay,
cards.
yeah.
That's madness, not regret.
Yeah.
That just increases your regret value.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, is it your turn or mine?
It's just gone your turn.
So, oh, where do we go? Okay, first I'm going to use a can of worms.
Okay.
Which says pick up one fish, put it back on the top or bottom of the shoal.
Oh, I did not read that.
Yeah, I missed that last time.
There were so many times where we should have done that. Oh dear. I wish I'd known that.
Okay, I'm going to keep this up. Okay. And I am going to buy this fish.
You're going to buy it?
Yeah. Well, I'm spending it. I'm not doing this.
Oh, wow. What's that?
It says if you have reveal a shark from your hand to automatically catch the fish.
Oh, that's so cool.
But I don't have.
No, I do. Watch him.
And then I think I'm going to immediately eat this one. To wait, what does that mean?
2 dice. I think that allows you to add 1 twice or 2 to 1 dice or whatever. Yeah, it's increment 1 dice, so that lets you do it twice.
So I could do the same one.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, yeah. I will do this.
Excellent. Not there.
Okay, yeah, your turn.
All right, cool. I am going to mount the tuna to my other slot. There you go. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast here. Okay. And I will take that fish.
Nice.
When do I use my lifeboat?
That's a free action. You can do that whenever you want. Do you want to eat your fish first or do anything else first? Because remember, you can't do certain things when you're in port. So, or if there is, I don't know. Yeah, use dinks. Drop sinkers once per game. If you're at sea, yeah, that's it. Yeah, as an action, you can flip over your lifeboat to immediately make port.
I am going to.
All right.
Make port.
Right, so move your boat to port, and then you follow the procedure of making port. So refresh your worms, refresh any dice.
Still don't understand why.
No, I don't either. 5.
Oops. I'll leave that off.
No, just roll. Roll it.
Well, that would have been nice for my turn in the sea.
And then optional, you can remove a regret.
I really want to know why we refresh the die.
I know. Remove a regret.
It's optional though.
Yes, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Okay, so now that was your turn. That was an action, so it now comes to me.
No, that was just the making part.
As an action, you may flip over your lifeboat.
Wait, so I wasn't supposed to do that yet?
Oh, you did it immediately after doing something else on your turn.
Yeah, I thought it was a free action. It's not.
No, sorry, I did misspeak earlier when it's not a free action, but it is as an action, so I don't think it makes much difference. You would effectively, instead of making a turn, and then it costs you that turn, but then you could get another one, it's fine. I think in a bigger game with other people... I did
this after you did yours.
Okay, if you want, I'll take my next turn now, and then you do that, and then you just carry on. If you want, or you can just carry on as it is.
Carry on, so that you would take your turn.
Okay. I think the only thing I can do is... Well, I don't know. I don't know how the scoring is. I don't know he's keeping this card. But if I sell it, I don't.
You do score something for money. But I don't know.
Keep the fish, just in case. So I won't take any further action. I'm passing effectively, so I'll take a ding. I'm passing, taking a ding. Right.
Okay, so then we're counting that as my turn.
Yeah, so now I've passed, so I take another ding. Right? Because the pass plays to me, but I already passed. Is that right? Okay, so I'll take a ding. Right, now it goes to you, and you take an action. So this is where...
only one at a time.
Yes, so this is where the rules are a little bit squiffy. This is the bit where we're talking about, because I've passed, and there is a part of the rules where it says that the remaining single player can then only take 2 further turns. So based on that, in theory, Danny only now gets 2 actions. However, also, the rulebook also states that game ends once everyone has passed. So, for the purpose of this game, it's a bit of a conflict in the rules. For the purposes of this one game, what we're going to do is let Danny take as many actions as she has until she's happy to pass. And and I think as a compromise, any time that she takes an action, it comes to me, I also get a dink. So I'm basically, as a compensation, going to acquire a dink every time Danny takes an action. I think that's as fair as we can make it. Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm going to mount.
LP. I get a dink, you carry on.
Mount.
I'll get another dink.
And I will.
Okay, I get a dink.
And then...
Okay. So then the only other actions available to you are keeping your cards, or doing things to reduce your regret, or...
I will use a free action.
Okay.
So discard this to discard a regret.
Okay. How many regrets does that mean you have now? Are you still in the same bracket? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then that's me done.
To scoring and the end game. So, okay. So I will let you double check this, but
okay. So dealing with regrets. To start, all players must reveal and count the value of all their regret cards, adding 10 to their total if they flip to their lifeboat.
Okay, so my total regret is 2. Do we need to keep track of this somehow?
I have 13.
Oh, okay.
The player with the highest total regret value must discard a fish according to player count. So 1 fish.
Yep.
So I will discard this.
And go in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Fine.
And then end of game scores include 3 things: fish in hand, mounted fish, and fish books.
Okay.
So fish in hand are scored by their printed value modified by your current level on the madness tracker.
Okay.
Are we writing this down? I'm making notes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I 2. Oh,
So we're talking about fish in
fair
hand,
foul.
yeah?
Too fair. And I get +1. So I get 6 for this and 4 for that one. And then I have 1 foul, which is equal, so I get 5 for that. I'll add this up. And then are we doing both at the same time or just?
Yeah, so my fish in hand is just 5 because it's 4 + 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And then mounted fish are scored by their value first modified by your current level on the madness tracker, and then multiplied by the mount modifier. So I have a foul, which is 7 times 2, so I get 14 for that.
Yeah.
And then I have another foul, which is 8 times 3, which is I don't know.
8 times 3 is 24.
Thank you. And then I have another foul, which is 7 times 2, so 14.
Okay. So what's your total for those 3 fish?
Oh, I'm going to add it up at the end.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it by category.
No,
That's
I've
fine.
just wrote down the value of each one.
Okay, then. So I have a tiger shark, which is 5 times 2, so that's 10.
5 plus 1, 6.
So 6
times 2, so 12.
So 12. Sorry. So then 12. I then have a foul, which is -1.
So it's 8 times 3.
8 times 3, which is 24. And then again, I have another one that's 5, making 12.
6 times 2. Yeah. And then fish books score 1 point for every $2. So 2, 4, 6, 3 points.
I get 0 there.
Okay. And then we just need to add up our numbers.
Okay. And dinks don't count for anything.
No. So what score did you get?
47.
I got.
Just bloody hell. 70. Wow. Yeah, that was very high scoring. I don't think we scored so high last time.
Mm. So it paid off
to go for the regrets.
To use the lifeboat because the only negative impact this has is losing 1 fish.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can spend more time fishing,
mm-hmm.
you can get higher points. But then it's whether the rules, whether you play the game the way we played it or whether you play it.
Yeah, because in theory you would have been
If I'd have only had 2 turns,
yeah.
I would have only been able to mount one of those fish.
Mm-hmm. So again, I think if we were following the rules a different way, it may have worked out differently.
If that was only 7 and that was only 7, that would have removed 14 from my end score, wouldn't it?
Well, plus the bonuses, so you would have been 28 points different.
No, what?
Because they're doubled, aren't they?
7.
You said that you could only have 1 fish.
If that was 14,
yeah,
it's half to 7.
Why are you halving it? Sorry.
If I didn't have the 2 times trophy, if it wasn't mounted, that would have been worth 7 instead of 14.
And
that would have been worth 7 instead of 14.
Less. Yes.
So it would have been 14 less. So I would have still won.
You would have still won, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So even if we'd done it that way, I would have still won. But yeah, I feel like I don't know how other people play it. I feel like that's something I would like clarifying.
I think, to be fair, and we experience this a lot when we're playing games, is that the games work better at higher player counts, at least 3 players, because a lot of games are designed with 3 players in mind, and then they amend the rules for 2 players.
Mm.
So this feels like it would be, again, I like it as a 2-player game.
I think it works as a 2-player really well.
There's also a co-op mode and a solo mode. I think, to be fair, the cooperative mode is just the solo mode with a few extra augmented rules, and that's more like an ocean survey type game. But I think it works perfectly fine with 2-player, but I think that some of the rules would be clearer and less iffy with 3 players or more. And I think it would you'd go through a lot more different scenarios as well. So
yeah,
I think it would be slightly better.
Have that conflicting rule there, even if it's 3 players.
At the end of the game, that end game one is a bit odd. Yeah,
I think we need to have a look to see how other people are playing that, or maybe ask for clarification.
Yeah, to be fair, that ability of abandoning ship and going back to port is really strong. Like, to be fair, I tried to play it very carefully and cautiously, and ultimately had fewer actions because of that. I didn't do so well on my rolling, but my abilities and my cards did really well, and I ended up coming back with some very high scoring fish.
Yeah.
But because of ultimately I had very few fish.
You didn't have enough fish.
Yeah, I sold a lot of mine to get the equipment I needed, and then that equipment I used to then get the very few fish that I ended up with. Whereas you simply, by going through volume and then having a larger number of actions, ended up getting a much higher score. And as you say, you would have still won even if you hadn't, if we were following the rules a slightly different way.
I felt like I ate a lot more fish though.
Yeah, well, I think you just had a lot more fish overall, and then you ate.
And I did have more dice earlier on, so I had more opportunity to get more fish.
Yeah, definitely. And your turns worked out differently. We both we weren't necessarily taking the same actions each time. Like, there was periods where I was in port and you were out seeing whatever. Whereas I just did the simple alternating, which I thought would work best.
Yeah.
But I didn't anticipate that actually staying out here for longer just allows you to just keep doing and perpetually getting more and more, giving you more options, and then just at the very end, just dash back and see what you can do.
Yeah. We did play it very differently this time compared to the first time we played it.
Yeah.
I think the first time we was very scared of using the lifeboat.
Well, up until literally we just reviewed the rules there, I was thinking that if you used that, it would be a last-ditch attempt, and you would effectively lose everything you'd accumulated so far. So
yeah, I think what I thought was that these numbers would be deducted from your score, but that's not how it works.
No.
So it's actually worth utilizing
just by being the highest, especially if, again, also I could have been a lot more risky and accumulate a lot more regret, knowing that, to be fair, regardless, you would have still had more regret than me.
Yeah.
Which, as long as I am slightly lower than you, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't. So the aim of the game is not to accumulate any regret at all. Although what I think also didn't help me
is you could have had an extra point on your foul, which got you 3.
Yeah, I should have actually accumulated more regret, and I would have scored higher in this using the cards that I had. Yeah. So that's just so again, that's also why it gives you the option to remove regret as well, because
as well, because you were using the fair fish, you would have been much better off having 0 regret.
Yeah, it's better having 0, or if you've got some, it's better to actually have higher, or at least towards that middle where you ended up, basically. Yeah, but you could really early on just go full regret and try and just do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to try getting down here, but I feel like it's really hard because it's based on the amount of cards.
Yeah. I think that if you just go straight down to the bottom and start dicking about
and look at how much dice, like.
Yeah. I think if you go full on regret, high regret, high madness, you can then just have a lot more options. You may not alter if both of you did it that way, though. It's going to be a very close game in the same way.
But I do like that as well. I like that this game you have options of like where you want to play and how you want to play it.
Yeah.
It's got quite a good variety.
I think the only thing that is missing is higher consequences to you, as as if there was perhaps a way that you would, I don't know, some kind of damage. Like some of these fish did adverse effects to the boat, but I don't know. I haven't seen some of them. I haven't seen them all yet.
There was some cards that would
force you to go to port.
Like I could force you to get regret and stuff. Like I did that a couple of times to you actually.
There are definitely.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were cards that could sit in your hand and affect how you're playing as well.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
I think, to be fair, the more fishing you do and the more cards that are revealed, the more varied the game is
There
going to be.
was a treasure chest, which I could have
Yes, I
gone
saw
for.
that. Yeah.
And that gave you quite a lot of money. And if I'd thought about it, I could have taken this. It allowed you to get rid of regrets and gave you quite a lot of money, and then you could have gone back to port on that turn and spent the money.
Yeah.
I didn't think to do that, but that is something.
That card I skipped over simply because I figured the higher scoring option was to go for this guy, and I got the Oh, yeah, I think it went fairly well. Again, ultimately, I think the more you do, the more options you've got.
Yeah.
Try not to play it safe, I guess.
So that was Deep Regrets. That was the 2-player game. Not 100% sure we played the rules completely correctly. What we normally find is the first couple of times we play a game, we do get something wrong.
There was definitely some instances where we just forgot something or we had to wind stuff back. And I think, to be fair, you could play a game 10 times and still make those silly little mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think we know it well enough to continue playing and at least enjoy it. I mean, it's a fun game.
I feel like it has a lot of replayability.
Yeah,
and a lot
completely
of
random.
variance.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a good game. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Very glad that we backed this one.
I do like the aesthetic as well, like just from a Lovecraftian kind of horror perspective. Like I know you've not read the books or read any Lovecraft, but the theme and the aesthetic is also something that I really enjoy as well. So.
The artwork is really good as well. I really like the artwork. They are doing an expansion on Kickstarter. I think it's starting quite soon. This edition did come with some errors, and there is going to be a retcon pack to basically get the cards without the errors. So I'm probably going to do that.
There's a small number of cards that have got slight different values on them than they should do. So it's all very slight stuff, but for them to issue cards to rectify that is good.
Yeah. So we'll be getting the retcon pack and probably the expansion, because apparently the expansion adds quite a lot to the game. I mean, the game has plenty as it is, but I think it comes with like more fish and more items and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get the expansion for this as well.
Yeah.
But maybe there's an opportunity to pick up the Kickstarter edition as well as an add-on. Who knows? I don't know that for sure, but sometimes that is the case. So if you liked this game and you enjoyed watching it, maybe keep an eye out for the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And that's everything from us today. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, as always, give a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're watching on Twitch, you can drop us a follow. We are probably going to be doing more board game streams. This is the first one we've done. I feel like it went okay.
Yeah, I mean, the game went okay. Obviously, if there's anything that you guys or any feedback that you've got, please let us know in the comments or wherever you're seeing this. Just drop us in, get in hold of us, and give us whatever feedback you might have.
And hopefully there was no tech issues.
No, hopefully everything's fine. I mean, it would be disappointing after all this time, but I mean, we are still learning and trying to figure things out. So again, we would appreciate any feedback and just to hear from people.
So that's everything. And I'm going to have to run over there and stop the stream. Yeah. So Andy's going to be saying goodbye to you.
Yeah, other than that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, leave a little fish emoji in the comments or something silly like that, and then and let us know what you think. Thank you.